and you are the lady of the hour.
Well, as I've said before, this wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for you.
Thank you. Now, look, there's just something on my mind. I talked to the press again, and there will be several smarmy members of the press corps at the party. They've been invited.
You know, what keeps bothering me is I just want to know, you're not going to try to take advantage of what happened?
Absolutely, no, I'm not. I have learned something today. You know, when I took over the television station, I thought of it just in terms of making money, because I am a businesswoman, and that's what I do. But now I realize there's just so much more to television than just making money. Let me show you, by the way. These telegrams came in after you had left. Just look at those. People have actually written to you saying that their lives were changed by one show alone.
Well, I mean, it's very encouraging.
And the switchboard lit up during the show. I told you that, didn't I? And the calls came in, they were positive. Now, of course, positive calls add up to ratings, and I'm not complaining about that for 1 minute.
Neither am I. I'm thrilled. I mean, especially since I know you felt that the subject matter could be a bit heavy.
Well, I was wrong. And while I'm eating my humble pie, I've been thinking, because I was moved. I meant what I said about the show, and I've been thinking, your initial suggestion for a show about young runaways, and I didn't like it. But those parents today, you know? And there's so many parents out there that must be going through absolute hell in the same kind of way, and I understand it. I mean, I do, don't I? I mean, I have in 18 years, I raised a child. I know what it's like. You love and cherish them and cry with them and laugh with them, and then when that happens, suddenly a child snaps it off and untimely, doesn't want you to be in their life anymore.
You do have some idea where Lily is, don't you?
Oh, me? Yes. I know where Lily is. She's in Wyoming. As a matter of fact, I know what she's doing today. She's going to be in a wedding party today. She's going to be in a wedding party with some people that I don't know, with some woman that she's made some attachment to. And I don't like it. I hate it. I feel so rejected. She's making her life. And all I know is that I'm not part of it.
Oh, my God.
Who's on the phone?
It's Dusty. Holden's here. It's your mom. She collapsed. She's in emergency right now.
Dusty, what's wrong with Mama? Is she all right?
I don't have all the details, Holden, but Rod Landry found her in the field. She collapsed, and they brought her into emergency, and John is taking care of her right now.
Well, what about Seth? Is he there? How about Iva?
I just told Iva she went down there, and I'm going to alert your whole family, but I want to tell you first because you're so far away.
Okay, thanks. Tell everybody that I'm going to catch the next flight out of here. Yeah. Do that for me? Thanks.
What's going on there? Hey, wait, you just see the...
It's Mama. She's in the hospital.
Oh, no. How bad is it, Holden?
Some kind of attack. I don't know. Listen, I got to get back there, but... Oh, no, this is going to spoil your honeymoon. And
now, don't you give that another thought. Your mama needs you, and you need to be with your family right now, all of you pulling together.
She's right, Holden. You've got to go back. And I'm going with you. Well, can you tell me how serious it is?
We'll know better once we've analyzed the blood gases. Right now, we're trying to stabilize her.
Is she in any pain?
She's semi-conscious at the moment.
When can I see her?
As soon as she's stabilized.
And how long will that take?
I can't tell you that.
Is she going to be okay?
The first few hours are very critical. I'm going to do everything I can. You hang on, okay?
I will.
And I will keep you posted, I promise.
All right, thank you. I guess I have to thank you.
I'm not looking for any medals.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just glad I was there when I was.
Why did you go out there?
I wanted to talk to Aunt Emma about Lily. Nobody was there. The house and the barn were wide open. I spotted the tractor out in the field, and I found her laying next to it.
You know, thank God you found her, you know. Oh, God.
Award winner, As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Ultra Pampers, the diaper with the lock-away core. Even when they're wet, they're dry. And by Zest Deodorant Bar. Only Zest gets you zestfully clean.
Oh, don't you have anything later? Okay.
And look, I don't want you to feel like you have to go back there if you don't want to.
You
right?
stood by me, and now it's my turn.
Mama, she's gonna be just fine.
I know she's gonna be fine. And I'm gonna be fine, too. Now, you know I made up my mind to go back already. This just looks like it's gonna be a little sooner, that's all.
Well, there's a flight leaving Casper for Chicago in an hour.
Well, an hour? They'll never make it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the next flight's not till tomorrow morning.
Oh, man.
Oh, now, hold on. I got a little twin-engine baby at the ranch. Get you to Casper in plenty of time. She should be fueled up and ready to go.
Oh, Lance, you're terrific. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Sure. This is Grace. I'm gonna have to keep my car out back. I'll figure out some other way of getting it back there some other time, all right?
Oh, now, wait a minute. Hold on. I got business to attend to in Chicago at the stockyard, so why don't I drive it up? Mary Pat can come along.
I suggest you talk about all this on the way to Casper. These kids got to get to packing. Now, go on.
All right, I'll get on it.
It just doesn't seem fair that you guys are gonna have to miss out on your honeymoon
We're not
like
gonna
this.
miss out on my honeymoon. It's all set. Relax.
Heck, I always wanted to try my hand at being a short order cook.
And I'm going to be right here to help him. So you go on home and look after your mama and don't worry about a thing back here.
Now that that's all settled, just go pack. I'll make plane reservations.
Grace, what would I have done without you?
Oh, you'll do just fine, girl.
Look, thanks for everything, all right? Look, come on, Lily, we gotta get going.
Oh, just when everything seems to be going great, life has a way of sneaking up and giving you a rabbit punch.
On the other hand, maybe Holden's mother will be okay, and they'll just have one big, happy family reunion.
Yeah, let's hope it's happy.
You're worried about Lily, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm just not sure this is the best way for her to go home again.
Do you have any idea what she's doing in Wyoming?
No. All I know is she's in Lance Creek, Wyoming. I do know that she's working. She's working in a diner. Dusty doesn't tell me anything more than that.
But with your resources, and that information, I would think you'd be able to find her.
Oh, my heavens. Heavens, I've been tempted. Of course I've been tempted, but No. Giving her the space that she wants. What am I supposed to do anyway? Fly out there and beg her to love me? No. Anyway, the child... My daughter said to me on the phone that she no longer considers me to be her mother, and I don't know that I want to hear that said in person again and to look at her face with her big brown eyes. She says they're green. I say they're hazel, but... I'd love to know what she's wearing at the wedding today. But I'm lucky, aren't I? I mean, if I went out there, I could push her further away, and I would be like these parents that we're considering having on the show who don't even know if their kid is alive or dead. Why did I say that? I'm sorry. I don't mean to get too personal and
Don't be
excited
silly.
about
You're a
this
mother.
subject.
You're a human being. Understand?
Human being? A lot of people would fight you on that one.
Excuse me.
Ah, the fans are calling. Well,
Hello?
Hello, Kim, it's John. I'm looking for Lucinda. Jane said she was on her way over to your place.
Yeah, she is. Hold on just a minute. John?
hello, darling. Now, don't tell me that you're calling to say that there's an emergency in the hospital and you can't come to the press party, because my star and I are counting on you.
Yes, there has been an emergency. It's Emma Snyder. And I may have to be here all night long if I'm going to save her.
Oh, John.
It's been a super afternoon. Would you like to come in?
Better not. Still got a little sunlight. I can finish plowing that cornfield under. Otherwise, Mom will do it herself.
Yes, I understand.
Oh, sometimes I think you understand things about me that I don't myself.
Truth of the matter is, I'm not exactly comfortable around this house.
Nor am I comfortable, especially around Franny. I suppose that's to be expected, but still.
I know. It's hard still.
We must remember what your mother said. All families have trouble, but with patience, they manage to work through them.
Never been very good at patience.
Neither have I. We had this afternoon. I wish we were the only two people in the whole world, and we never had to worry about what other people thought. That's very selfish, isn't it?
Well, if you're selfish, then I'm just as selfish. I want you to remember something. I love you.
Say it again.
When I love you?
Again.
Don't you believe me?
Oh, yes, but I need to keep hearing it. But you must go and, what is it, plough the cornfield?
Yes.
Under? Yes.
I also want to find out what Ed Brewster had to say.
Might he persuade the bank to delay calling back the loans?
Hope so. I could tell that Mama was upset. She probably wanted me out of there so she could talk to him herself.
Oh, poor Seth. You tried to take the burden from your mother, and she tries to take it back from you. Isn't that it?
Well, I think we could definitely postpone that part of it, all right?
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
and I will handle the press.
All right.
Worry about a thing.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello, Lucy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just, hello, dear. I'm so sorry, but just remember, John is the very best. And don't you let anything put a damper on your triumph. Patterns is a big hit.
All right, thank you, Lucy.
What did she mean?
Seth, they've been looking for you.
What's we've been on a drive. What's wrong?
Well, it's your mother. She's been taken to the hospital. She suffered a heart attack.
Well, if anyone can pull Emma Snyder through this, it'll be John.
But in other words...
In other words, 24 hours will tell the story.
Poor Snyders.
I'll say.
Oh, that may be Lieutenant McCloskey. He called a little earlier and asked if he could stop by.
Ah, good. Well, we've certainly had a lot of tragedy today, for heaven's sakes. Kathy Evans and now Emma.
Thank you. Well, Kathy was lucky. Let's hope that Emma is, too.
Yeah, I'll say. I'm the one who had to tell Seth, by the way.
Does Franny know?
No, she's had classes all day, but she should be home
Would
any
you
minute.
like some tea, Lieutenant McCloskey?
Or maybe something stronger, Lieutenant.
No, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
Oh, come in.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I won't keep you long. I understand you're quite a celebrity now, Mrs. Hughes.
Oh.
I don't get the chance to watch much TV myself.
Well, I can understand that. As busy as you are.
Well, I'm going to make sure that I catch your new show, I'll tell you that, as soon as I get my life back in gear. Anyway, the reason I stopped by, Lillian's sister has been helping me acknowledge all the expressions of sympathy. When I got to your names, I realized that a note just wouldn't be enough. Dr. Hughes, those last days, you did so much.
I wish it could have been more, Lieutenant.
I'm so glad that Lillian's sister could come and help you.
Well, she's leaving this afternoon. I almost wish she wasn't. That house is going to be pretty quiet when I get there tonight, I'll tell you that.
Why don't you have dinner with us tonight?
Yes, do.
Please do.
Well, I hope you don't think I was fishing for an invitation. I mean, I'm sure you people are planning to celebrate Kim's new show.
No, not at all. We're going to have a very simple family dinner, and we would love it if you'd join us.
Well, in that case, I accept.
Good. Dinner's at 7:30. Now, you're welcome to come earlier if you'd like.
Well, thank you.
Good. Would you like...
Hello?
Franny, dear.
Hi,
Hi.
Hi, Lieutenant McCloskey. I'm so sorry about your wife. I met her once with Margot, and she was lovely.
Yes, she was. Well, I'll be going. You're sure about tonight?
Of course we are. I'll see you to the door.
Okay. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Good night. See you later. So, do you want some tea?
Sure. I'm exhausted. What a day. What's the matter?
Honey, it's Emma Snyder. She's had a heart attack.
Rod Landry brought her into emergency. When I left the hospital, she still hadn't regained consciousness.
Does Seth know?
Yes, he's at the hospital now. Franny, wait a minute, darling. Sabrina's there with him.
Doesn't matter. I need to be there.
Pam, happened before. Why'd you leave Ivor's office like that when I was on the phone?
I just wanted to give you and Lily some privacy.
But I wasn't calling to speak with Lily. I was calling to tell Holden what happened.
What? Why are you getting so defensive?
I'm not getting defensive. There's something that... I want to tell you something anyway about it.
I don't know if I want to hear it.
No, you do want to hear it. You know, for the first... I was speaking with Lily, and it didn't feel like it used to feel. It felt very different. For the first time, I can really say that I'm not upset that she's there with Holden and that I'm here with you.
Hey, Pam. I hear you joined the nurses training program. This all can be yours, and I'm going to put in a good word for you with Mrs. Lindstrom. What? Why the long faces? What?
I don't want you to get upset, okay? We have to tell you something.
Tell me that.
Listen,
That means I'm
no,
going to be very
serious.
upset.
I
What?
want to talk to you for a second. They brought your mother in. She's in the emergency room.
Mama?
It was her heart.
What?
Yes.
Why didn't anybody tell me?
Meg, you can't see her right. I'm going to go down there with her. Meg.
Ah, just the man I was looking for. I'm sure you're going to help Kim celebrate her success tonight, seeing as how you're practically an honorary fuse.
Well, I can't imagine anybody feels much like celebrating after what happened to Kathy Evans.
Look, that girl's going to make it thanks to you.
You too.
Well, then as doctors, we should celebrate. We saved a life. We'll have a little champagne, and then I'll treat you to dinner.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I know that look. Did you talk to Lila?
Yeah, I finally got a hold of her this morning. She was in a big rush.
Well, if you take my advice and go to her opening.
She made it very clear that I wasn't wanted there.
She's probably afraid she's going to fall apart in front of you.
Fall apart? She's gonna be dynamite.
Boy, for somebody who's had first-hand experience with Lila's insecurities, you sure are overlooking the obvious. Look, there she is alone in a big city, about to face the most important critics in the world. No wonder she's a nervous wreck. And I bet she'd appreciate all the support she can get. Look, I've got to go back to the lab. You let me know later about party and dinner, okay?
Now on, if you need me, run into my arms and you'll be home. From now on, I will be the one you always wanted me to be. With everything I do, I'll make it clear to you. It's a whole new me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just no good, Tony.
Oh, you keep cutting out in the same place.
Well, I don't want to waste any more time with this song, all right?
Fine. Then it's out.
But it's new. It's perfect for her.
It's not perfect if she's not comfortable with it. And besides, I think we need some coffee. It's time for my new client and I to have a talk.
Does this mean your new client's getting a pink slip?
I would be a fool. You're hot, you're going to be hotter. I can always pick them. Why do you think the three biggest men in the music business are going to be sitting right down front opening night?
Great, Otis. It's just what I wanted to hear.
Look, there's something bothering you, girl, something messing you up, and I don't think it's Big Apple opening night blues. You got man trouble. Hey, it figures with a song like this. When your lyrics hit close to home, it can either be magic or you can't get past the pain.
Well, I'm going to have to get past it because it's over. I couldn't give him what he wanted, and besides, this is what I want.
Are you sure? Success can be pretty lonely. If you are as big as I think you're going to be, you're going to be traveling most of the year, Reno, Vegas, Atlantic City, living in hotel rooms, watching late-night TV alone. You've got to want this enough to be able to put up with that. Now, maybe you would rather be a happy nurse than a lonely star.
Thank you, Tom.
Wasn't doing anybody any good on the bar.
Thank you. Come on, let's go back to work. Come on. And I'm going to sing this.
Right. What'll it be? Where's that rainy day?
No, from now on. From now on. Come on, let's go.
From now on, if you're crying, it'll be as if the tears are my own. From now on, if you need me, run into my arms and you'll be home. From now on,
Well, Kat, looks like we're going home.
You all set? Are you sure this is what you want to do?
Yes. Oh, we've been so happy here.
We're going to be happy wherever we are, as long as we're together. But promise me something. No matter what happens, nothing will ever come between us.
Nothing. Nothing would ever make me stop loving you, ever.
You've got Lily's trust now, Holden. But the longer you put off telling her that you knew about Iva and Josh being her parents, the harder it's going to be for her to hear it.
Well, think of it this way. You're not losing a couple of kids. You're gaining a brand new husband.
All right, I told them to warm up the engines and follow me a flight plan. The sooner we get up in the air, the better.
Hey, Gracie, if you want to drive out to the ranch and say goodbye...
No, better not. It's going to be hard enough as it is. Okay, you two, I got you booked on Flight 22 to Chicago, and you can pick up your tickets at the airline counter.
Okay,
and
great.
in case you get hungry, here's some wedding cake and a few sandwiches, and you never know what they're going to feed you on those flights.
Okay, thanks for everything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye.
It's not goodbye. We'll see each other again. Promise. You and Logan have a great honeymoon, okay? Gosh. I'm gonna miss this place. I feel like I kind of grew up here.
Well, I guess you did in a way. And, honey, the last thing you need is another mother. But the fact is, I couldn't love you any more if you're my own daughter. And if you need me for anything, anything at all, you just holler. I'll be there.
Thanks. Thanks. Oh.
No.
You're the best, Grace.
I'll be saying a prayer for your ma, and you be happy here. And whatever that secret is you're keeping from Lily, you better find a way to tell her before you get back home.
It's just going to be real hard. She's got a lot of things going on right now.
Would you rather she hear it from somebody else?
All right. Enough of that sentimental slop now. Let's get a move on. Come on.
I'm gonna fly to Casper with you.
All right.
Honey, you want me to call anybody back home and let them know you're coming?
Please. Better not.
Come on, we gotta go. Bye.
Have a safe flight.
I'm sorry, Ma. That's all I know. As soon as I find out more, I will go. What? Yeah, fine. Okay. Iva, my mother would like to talk to you.
Hi, Annalisa.
You know, Iva tells me that you may have saved my mother's life.
I'm glad I was there when I was.
Well, what the hell were you doing there anyway? Out there bugging her about Lily? Is that what you were doing? You don't give up, do you, Josh?
The main thing here now, what's important is your mother.
He's right, Seth. Please, no. Not now, please.
What is... I gotta get some coffee. Would you like some?
Yeah, sure. Seth, I know how you feel.
You know you don't know how I feel. If I'd been there, it wouldn't have happened.
That's not true. Now, don't you take this on yourself. It would have happened whether you were there or not.
Iva, I'm so sorry, really. I know what your mother's going through. And John is very good.
Have you talked to Joey?
He'll be out. I'm sure in a moment he'll have some good news.
All right.
Man. I came as soon as I got your message. How is she?
It's a heart attack. I don't know how she's gonna be.
I'll be down in the cafeteria if you need me, okay?
Thank you for waiting. And I can't wait any longer. I've got to ask somebody.
Well. If you had any shred of decency, you wouldn't be here. Nobody wants you here, except maybe Meg, and even she soon will open those big eyes and see you for the lowlife that you are.
Well, I suppose John will feel the same way about you, Lucinda, when he finds out that you've been in contact with James Stenbeck since the moment he arrived.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Duncan Hines' family of baking mix products. They're so irresistible, you'll see why you can't help yourself. And by Crisco vegetable oil for today's healthy appetites. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
James and me have no idea what you could be talking about.
I know for a fact, Lucinda, that you've been in contact with Stenbeck.
You're a lousy liar. You always were.
All right, good. Then you have nothing to fear.
Your condition's stabilized.
What does that mean?
Her cardiac rhythms are more normal, her blood pressure's down.
Is she gonna be all right?
Well, she's not out of the woods yet. I am moving her up to cardiac intensive care. The waiting room up there is very small, so I suggest you wait down here. And when you can see her, I'll bring you up one at a time, but family only, all right?
When is that going to be?
Well, let's give her a couple of hours to stabilize. She's going to be monitored around the clock up there, so I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, thank you for everything.
Well, she seems to be doing most of it herself. She has a will to live, and that's a very good thing.
How you doing? Are you holding up? You okay?
How about you? You look a little pale. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Nothing wrong with me. The sudden disappearance of that piece of machismo over there wouldn't cure.
Tony? If Mama's medical insurance doesn't cover everything, Tony and I'll take up the rest?
Of course. I don't think Mama would want that, Meg.
She may not have a choice.
Meg, let's not talk about this now. I'm going to go call Caleb and Ellie.
Fine. I think we have a little time on our hands, and might as well sit down.
Well, I certainly cleared the room. Meg, maybe I should just leave. I'm making your family uncomfortable.
I need you here. I don't know if she's going to be all right. I mean, I just don't know.
It's all right.
Can't bear to see you in such pain.
I'm just glad you're here.
Has Mrs. Snyder had a history of heart trouble?
Well, she collapsed last year, and John said it was because of exhaustion.
Well, the pump can only be pushed so far. You know, she was trying to do more than her fair share of the work to spare the family, and now the family's got to take care of her on top of everything else.
Meg was so devastated.
I know, they're such a close family. It's going to be so... Oh, my... I didn't tell everyone. Holden said he's flying in. I should tell everyone. They're going to be really surprised. Excuse me.
Sad.
So, did you make up your mind about the party and dinner?
Ma'am. Excuse me. I have to go make a phone call.
Yeah, Dusty just gave me the news. The party's been called off.
Why?
Emma Snyder's in CICU. Seth Snyder's mother.
Oh, yes. Franny's ex-future mother-in-law.
Right. Anyway, nobody feels much like partying, so...
Well, my invitation for dinner's still on. You look like you could use a little cheering up. How about it?
So long as we don't have to go to the Mona Lisa.
Oh, that's okay. I like Emilio's better anyway.
And we go Dutch.
It's Italian.
Ha.
Look, I got some cultures to finish up in the lab, so why don't you pick me up at my place at about 8:30?
Well, why don't we just meet at the restaurant?
Don't trust yourself? You're afraid you're going to pass out on my couch?
Hardy, har. I'll take on any and all challenges. I'll be at your place at 8:30, and you better be ready. I'm going to go see Mrs. Snyder. See ya.
Thanks, Matthew. I just wanted to know if my mom had called. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Hello? Oh, Dr. Preddy. No, he just left the area.
That doesn't happen to be long distance,
Hold on a second. Yeah, it's New York. Do you know where he went? Because maybe we can have a transfer.
Yeah, he just headed down for ER. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Hi, operator. You can put the call through now. Casey? Lila? Oh, I thought this was a hospital emergency. Oh, otherwise, I certainly never would have accepted the call. It's Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes, Casey just headed down to ER, but I'd be happy to give him a message for you. I'm seeing him for dinner tonight.
Oh, I see. Well, you could have him call me.
Oh, would you like to leave a number?
Well, I'm going to be awfully busy tonight, but he can call me at the hotel tomorrow morning if he has the time.
Look, I don't want you to get the wrong idea about our having dinner tonight. Casey's been very depressed since you left, and I'm just doing my best to cheer him up a little.
Right. Well, I won't keep you. I know you must be working overtime on one thing or another.
Yes, you know us doctors, blood, sweat, and tears. Meanwhile, you performers get all the glamour and applause. Listen, if I don't talk to you again before your opening, break a leg.
Yeah, I wish I could.
I have got a great idea. Since you've worked out the problem with from now on, let's close the show with it. It will knock them dead.
Why don't we do something I know that I've done before, something I know that I can handle, like Where's That Rainy Day? It's the mood I'm in.
Okay, well, listen, make sure you get something to eat. Right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. Emma's been transferred to cardiac intensive care.
Well, is Franny going to stay at the hospital?
Until she gets further word on Emma.
7:30, right on the dot.
How did Franny sound? It can't be easy for her to be there with Seth and Sabrina.
Well, from the noise in the background, I'd say she was calling from the cafeteria. Where's Andy?
Oh, he's upstairs in his room. He says he's not hungry. I took him up a sandwich, but I don't know if he's going to eat it or not.
Oh, poor kid. Has he been able to talk to you about Kathy Evans?
No, I mean, certainly not about what he's feeling. I suppose that's going to take time. I'm trying not to rush him. John does enough of that for both of us.
I stopped by to see Kathy before I left the hospital. There'll be no residual effect from the overdose. Physically, that is. Emotionally, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But thanks to my wife's compassionate and caring television show, Kathy knows that there are people out there who care and want to help her.
Honey, if I thought I even had a small part in saving that child's life.
You did. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, sweetheart, thank you. You know what's very encouraging, too, is that Kathy's parents are going to talk to Dr. Michaels, and that should make some progress.
Fine. Oh, Lieutenant, how about a drink before dinner? Anything you can think of, wine, or the ladies are having cider?
Oh, cider will be fine.
Oh, good.
Unless you're getting ready to eat. I couldn't make it any earlier because, as usual, we had a last-minute crisis.
Well, this is a doctor's home, so all meals are prepared with an automatic 2-hour holding pattern.
Were you working on the Stenbeck case? Oh, I don't suppose I should ask.
No, you're welcome to ask. I just wish that I could say we were making some progress. So far, Stenbeck and Nick Costello seem to have vanished into thin air.
Well, they can't elude you forever, I know that. Now, excuse me, I'm going to check on dinner.
Oh, I'll set the table.
Yeah, let me give you a hand there.
No, tonight you're a guest, but next time I'll take you up on it.
Won't you sit down, Lieutenant?
Oh, thank you. Forgive me, I'm not very good at socializing without Lillian.
I know what you mean. After Chris died, that was one of my hardest adjustments to make. Would you like some more cider, Lieutenant?
No, thanks. Could I get you some, Mrs. Hughes?
Oh, call me Nancy. Everybody does, Lieutenant. But then I can't go on calling you Lieutenant, can I? I know that Tom and Margot call you Mac down at the station, but I'm not sure I'd feel very comfortable with that either.
Try Daniel. Or Dan.
Dan. My best friend's son was called Dan, and I've always liked that name. And I think I will have a little more cider. Dan?
Now, are you sure you want to handle all this?
Hey, no sweat. Why don't you two take off before it gets any later?
Not yet. I want to wait and make sure those kids made that plane.
With 10 minutes to spare, Gracie.
Oh, great.
Bless your heart, Lance.
All right, listen. Holden said he left his keys in your cash register.
Right.
Now, I might be going to Chicago before you and Logan get back from Oak Bluff, so...
I didn't think you were serious.
Well, sure. Give me a chance to check out Oakdale, where those two come. Well, report into Gracie. Tell her how they're doing.
Right.
Right.
Now, you do me a favor. Would you hold off on that trip, at least until we get back?
Well, we gotta go before we can get back. Now, come on,
Yeah,
woman.
right. Pickup's all gassed up and ready to roll.
Oh, I suppose that means the usual rocks in the hubcaps and tin cans and shoes tied to the bump.
Well, Gracie, it is a wedding.
That's right. And your groom is getting impatient.
You bet.
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. This is for luck.
That's right. That's right.
We don't need luck with friends like you.
Oh, great.
Well, Logan, I guess this is it.
Looks like it. Now, come on, woman.
All right, here we go. All right.
Okay.
Have a good time.
Lily's cat.
Oh, I thought I saw her go out of here with
No,
that.
that was the other one, the one that Holden carved for her birthday. This is the one she came with. Oh, she said those two cats should never be apart like her and Holden. Oh, I hope this isn't a bad omen.
No, there's no such thing as a bad omen. People make their own luck.
Now, don't worry about it, Grace. I'll pack it up, and Ron will take it down to the post office and send it off to Lily first thing tomorrow.
Oh, okay, now, she said she was going to stay with her sister. I put the address on the side of the register here. Now, you won't forget, will you?
Go on, honey, I won't.
Okay, and would you put in the note? Oh, bye.
Here, this time. Get out of here. Come on!
Hey, come on. Hang in there.
I'm not sure I can go through with this.
You know, this cat here is magic. Rub his head, and he'll give you courage.
Keep going over in my mind what I'm going to say to these people.
Look, you're probably tired of hearing this from me, but everything that they did because they love you. Except Rod. And love is all that matters in this situation.
Matters, honesty matters.
Yeah, but still,
No
Lily,
buts. If you love somebody, you tell them the truth. You always told me the truth, right?
Lily, do you think that I'd love you any less if I didn't tell you
I don't
the
want to
truth?
argue about this. Why are we arguing about this? You didn't keep the truth from me. You and Dusty were the only ones. Everybody else knew.
Lily.
I keep thinking about that day in the stables when Iva and Rod told me they were my parents. I don't want to talk about
Lily,
this.
we really need
Please.
to talk
I don't
about
want
this.
to talk about this. Please. Just
No,
hold. Please.
Lily.
Please. Please. Just hold me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are making our final approach to Oakdale Airport. Please fasten your seatbelts and make sure your seats are in an upright position.
So family's upstairs waiting for the news?
Iva, Meg, Rod,
Sad.
and Sabrina.
You're gonna hang around down here?
Well, I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable, but I don't want to leave until I know that Emma's okay.
Well, listen, why don't I cancel my dinner plans and I can stick around, keep you company.
No.
You sure?
Oh, thanks. I'll be fine.
Fine. Fine. For Niski Hughes, you'd be better than fine. You're grade A all the way. Don't let anybody tell you different. Really. Really,
Casey,
really, really.
I'm never going to make it by 8:30. Hi, Franny. Hi.
Well, I'll pick you up at 9 then. How's that?
I've got a better idea. Why don't you just come with me to my place and you can have a drink while I change?
Okay. Listen, only seltzer this time. No more wine. With you in Emma's corner, she's gonna be okay.
Hope so.
You take care, Frank.
Bye, Franny. Oh, Casey, I almost forgot. Lila called for you.
When?
This afternoon when you were in emergency. She said not to call her tonight. She'd be busy, but to try her in the morning.
Oh. All right, well, let's go.
Franny.
Is your mother...
No. There's no news yet. I just came down to get some milk. My stomach's about had it with all the coffee.
Yeah, waiting's the worst part. Try the soup. It's okay.
Look, thanks for coming down here. Caring, it means a lot.
Saw your mom today.
I didn't know.
Yeah, we had a nice talk. I don't want there to be any awkwardness between us, you know.
It's so like you. Going out to the farm to see Mama after everything that's happened. I'm sure it meant a lot to her.
I love her, Seth.
And she loves you. Always has, always will.
Andy didn't eat a thing. He says he's just not hungry.
I'll go up and have a talk with him later.
Oh, thanks, sweetie. You know what's neat? When you go to have a talk with somebody, you usually end up listening. Wish that's a talent that John would master.
With Dan's help, I made quick work of those dishes. The kitchen is spotless.
Oh, thank you.
Well, as I used to tell Lillian, I'm sorry, it seems that every other word out of my mouth tonight is about Lillian.
Oh, well, that's understandable. You had a long, loving marriage.
Yes, we did.
I bet you used to tell Lillian it's always easier to do dishes in somebody else's home.
You tell me you're also a mind reader.
No, that just happens to be one of the great truths.
Excuse me. Hello? No, Emily's not here. May I ask who's calling? Well, yes, I do know where she is, but...
Who was it?
Well, I don't know. Could be my imagination, but... It sounded like James Stenbeck, disguising his voice.
Good news, her condition is stabilized.
Oh, good.
Oh, my gosh, she's gonna be all right.
No,
Well, it's a positive sign anyway.
Darling, how much longer do you think?
I think it's going to be a long night, okay?
Oh, okay.
I'll call you. Take care.
All right.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light. Next on most of these CBS stations. Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia. Join us tomorrow for the Emmy Award winner, As the World Turns.